rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my God! Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Good to see all of you. Hope you're doing well. The Roz, good to see ya. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh, here's Rosella's Realm. Wait till Shizzy gets a load of that last song. Ah, man, if I only had a dream. Oh, man, it's good to see all of you guys. My, oh my, oh my. Hey, Deb, how you doing? Zach? Almost Boomercraft. Almost Boomercraft. And I don't know what happened. What happened? Did somebody do something that I didn't notice? Nah, it probably happened overnight because it always does. It always does. Some of my news this morning might be really interesting. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how interesting it actually is. I got some news from the U.S. Justice Department. It's quite interesting. To tell you the truth, I quite found it interesting this morning. I'm still pulling it up because, well, I suck. I guess that's the best way to put it. I suck really bad. Today, the Department of Justice finds George Washington University in violation of federal civil laws by acting deliberately and indifferent to the hostile educational environment for Jewish, American, Israeli students and faculty. Imagine that. The Civil Rights Division's investigation was conducted pursuant to Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination, harassment, and abuse based on race or national origin by recipients of federal financial assistance. The division finds that George Washington University took no meaningful action and was instead deliberately indifferent to the complaints it received, the misconduct that occurred, and the harms that were suffered by its Jewish and Israeli students and faculty. I think that's pretty funny. Every student has the right to equal educational opportunities without fear of harassment or abuse. Well, George Washington University do better. Because it's not really hard, but they don't stop there. I think that the Justice Department has been really cracking down. called Code Browns. That's awesome. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I think that the Justice Department has actually been cracking down on quite a bit of things, but not all of them like you would hope that they would. But on this other one, there was also one with West Point. Justice Department today announced a settlement of litigation challenging former race-based admission practices in U.S. Military Academy and West Point at the U.S. Air Force Academy. The settlement results in dismissal of 2 lawsuits brought by plaintiff students for Fair Admissions, Inc. The lawsuits challenge race-based admissions at the 2 military academies as unconstitutional under the Fifth Amendment. The department is committed to eliminating diversity, equity, inclusion practices throughout the federal government. I love that. I love that. That's actually pretty damn good. We're proud to partner with the Department of Defense to permanently end race-based admissions at West Point Air Force Academy. Admissions to these prestigious military institutions should be based exclusively on merit. America is the land of equal opportunity in spirit and law, said U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton for the Southern District of New York. Today's agreement ensures that our future military leaders will carry on the greatest that is born of opportunity, effort, and level playing field. The department's agreement with students for fair admissions avoids the need for continued litigation in these 2 cases. It includes agreed upon terms that help ensure that admission to these prestigious institutions is based exclusively on merit, not race or ethnicity. I'm not even going to be able to say it. It's too early this morning. Earlier this year, the department resolved similar litigation in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit regarding U.S. Naval Academy former race-based admission practices. That is so good to see. You know, there's nothing worse than seeing that kind of crap. For more information on the bra of blunders, see Tug and Megan from Monday last night. Bra of blunders. Oh my gosh. You guys need to stop messing with Megan's tits. All right. Stop it. Leave super tits alone. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. Now, I didn't know that there was a DC shooter. Okay. Now, about 5 days ago, the U.S. Department of Justice got up here and they had a lot to say about it. Quite a bit, actually, which is quite interesting because usually they stay out of this kind of crap. But it looks like they had a lot to say about this. So let's give it a look and see exactly what they were talking about.
First of all, I think you know who I am. I'm Janine Ferris-Piro. I am now the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. And on May 22nd, I stood at this very podium to announce the initial charging of Elias Rodriguez, 31 years old, of Chicago, Illinois, to a community that was reeling because of one person's actions. Today, we in the United States Attorney's Office continue our journey to seek justice for not only 2, but 4 victims of this horrific crime, which has had enormous consequences and repercussions, not just in the district, but nationwide and worldwide. Not only affecting these victims and their families, but opening old wounds and re-victimizing victims of past anti-Semitism. Now, a few facts. On May 20 of 2025, Elias Rodriguez traveled from Chicago, Illinois, to Washington, D.C., and brought with him a 9mm semi-automatic weapon. While on the plane, he traveled across multiple state lines and drafted a manifesto.
So, wait a second. First of all, how in the hell did he get on a plane with a 9mm weapon? Okay. I'm sorry. What? So dude got on a plane with a 9mm weapon. I'm sorry. Thank you very much, Patrick. I love it. Got my coffee, my morning shizzy. It'll be a good day. Well, thank you. No, this is insane. All right. I can't even get through TSA with a knife somewhere in my damn bag. Like, that I had no idea was there. They pulled the damn razors out of my safety razor because I use a safety razor to shave. They pulled the blades out of that. And you're telling me this guy got a 9mm handgun through TSA on an airplane and traveled across state lines with it. Okay. Somebody should lose their damn job. You take my pocket knife away that I'm clearly not going to do anything with in exchange for some idiot that gets a damn handgun across. Oh. Sorry.
Called an explication on his iPhone. His explication made clear his purpose in committing these crimes that I'm about to read to you was to demonstrate his hatred for the people of Israel. The next day, on the afternoon of May 21, he purchased a ticket to attend a young diplomat's reception sponsored by the American Jewish Committee at the Capitol Jewish Museum, located just 2 blocks from here on 3rd Street in Northwest D.C. Now, the American Jewish Committee, of course, supports Israel and its right to exist in peace and security. That very same night, he watched as people left the reception. When he saw the 4 victims in this case, all of whom were from the Israeli embassy, he crossed the street, he opened fire, killing first Yaron Lashinsky, then killing Sarah Milgram.
Jeez.
And when firing these fatal shots, he yelled, "Free Palestine." After he killed Yaron and Sarah, he entered the Capitol Jewish Museum, pulled out a red keffiyeh, and yelled, "I did it for Palestine," after which he was arrested. Now, a D.C. grand jury has charged in this indictment 2 hate crimes, alleging that he murdered Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram because of his bias against.
I hate that term, hate crimes. I really do. I don't care. I just hate the term hate crimes. No, he committed a crime. Simple as that. Calling it a hate crime is just, it's ridiculous language. It's meant to infuriate people and make it sound like it's more than it actually is. No, it was a crime and he should be punished as such. Not a hate crime. No. I hate it when the left does it. Hate it when the right does it. Don't care. No, he committed a crime. He committed murder. Simple as that. Keep it just like that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Against the people of Israel. He demonstrated this hatred through his words, "death to Israel," and his violent actions against Yaron and Sarah and their co-workers from the Israeli embassy. He also posted one of his postings on social media, "Please, please, please, God, please vaporize every Israeli." And now to the charges.
And you can and so that's what is really aggravating, because you can say things like this. You can say things like that, as appalling as it may be, but to label it a hate crime. No, it's a crime. Murder is a crime, no matter who does it. Exactly. Thank you, Razilla. You know, if you don't like a certain group or certain people, as long as you're not taking any action on it, I don't think that should be, there should be anything wrong with that. It's whenever you decide to take an action on somebody. I think that that's absolutely horrible that, you know, these people were deleted. And I think that this guy should be put away for a long damn time. It's just straight up murder. It tries to make it sound like it's nice. Shug needs a white wine. Part 4. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I would hope that whenever you hear these kinds of things, that I'm not calling for it to be good. I'm saying that it is a bad thing for this to happen. And it's even a worse, like the way this lady slurs. Yes, she does. But, you know, to call it, sit there and say, oh, well, it's a hate crime because it was this, and this. It's like, no, it was a crime because of this, and this. Simple as that. You know, and these kinds of things should be called out on behalf of the, you know, regular, every single day people, workers that are there and having to deal with this crazy stuff. See, I just hate someone saying, oh, they're charged with hate crimes. No, you should be charged with a crime. It was illegal. It's bad.
A grand jury in the District of Columbia has indicted Elias Rodriguez in a 9-count indictment with the following crimes. Count 1, murder of a foreign official.
There you go. That has nothing to do with hate. Just murder of a foreign official. Sounds good.
Under 18 U.S.C. 1116 for the murder of 30-year-old Yaron Lashinsky, a foreign official employed by the government of Israel. Counts 2 and 3 are hate crimes resulting in death.
See, I hate that. I hate that. All right, I'm sorry. I find that ridiculous. What is the actual count on this? I mean, it should just be, this is a crime. Simple as that. Adding hate on the front of it doesn't change the fact that it's a crime. Please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Well, thank you. I have my favorites. I appreciate you.
Murder of 30-year-old Yaron Lashinsky, a foreign official employed by the government of Israel. Counts 2 and 3 are hate crimes resulting in death. Under 18 U.S.C. 249, where the defendant crossed state lines, willfully caused bodily injury to Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram because of actual as well as perceived national origin, which resulted in both of their deaths.
Okay, that's still not hate. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. Nowhere in that does it say hate. Nowhere in those laws says it calls it hate. Nowhere in there does it say hate. Sorry. Just that's not what it's called. You've just added this word, dear. I hate it, dear. Why would you add it?
Counts 4 and 5. The discharge of a firearm during a crime of violence causing the death of a person through the use of a firearm. The defendant knowingly used, carried, and discharged a firearm during and in relation to a crime.
Because whenever you call something like this a hate crime, it's like what? Because I hate Brussels sprouts. Now that's a crime because it's some sort of bias. Legal use of firearms since DC is a gun-free zone. Exactly. I mean, all I'm saying is this is ridiculous that they have to call this a hate crime. That it doesn't matter what your motivation is behind something. It's a crime.
Crime of violence and with malice of forethought, he did unlawfully kill Yaron and Sarah.
That's what he's been charged with.
Counts 6 and 7. First-degree murder while armed. Under the defendant, Rodriguez, with deliberate and premeditated malice, killed Yaron and Sarah by shooting each with a firearm, thereby causing injuries from which each died. Counts 8 and 9, assault with intent to kill while armed.
Still a crime.
Armed with a firearm. He assaulted CS and AT, those are initials, with intent to kill a person.
Yeah.
Attached to this indictment are further findings of the grand jury. It's designated as a notice of special findings under 18 U.S.C. 3591 and 92. This begins the statutory process and whether to seek the death penalty.
And that's it. That's all you need to know. They want to seek the death penalty on the guy. Okay. So what about the people that do this because they hate him? Okay. So that would be a hate crime, right? Sorry, I just find her rather damned annoying. It's a crime. Simple as that. Hate, no hate, doesn't matter. Crime. I mean, what do you think that it was a crime of love? I mean, because you have to take it to the other side. Oh, well, obviously he hated them because he didn't love them, or else it would. What are you going to call it? A love crime? No, I actually loved them. It wasn't because I hated them. I did this for their own good. No, it's a crime. So despicable of a person. I saw this morning, and this is what made me start laughing the hardest. A Haitian gang leader named Barbecue indicted for conspiracy to violate U.S. sanctions. Read that again. A Haitian leader named Barbecue. Well, Barbecue is a U.S.-based co-conspirator. Basile Richardson was arrested in Texas. An indictment was unsealed today in U.S. District Court, charging Jimmy Cheesier, also known as Barbecue, and watch again T on an endless loop, and then he'd be wishing for death halfway through the first viewing. That's right, Brazilla. Also known as Barbecue, 48 of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and Basile Richardson, also known as Fredo, Fred Lion, Leo Danger, and Lepe Blad, a naturalized U.S. citizen with leading a conspiracy to transfer funds from the United States to Cheesier, Barbecue, to fund his gang activities in Haiti involving a violation of U.S. sanctions imposed on Barbecue. Barbecue is a fugitive believed to be in Haiti. Richardson was arrested on July 23rd in Pasadena, Texas, expected to make his initial court appearance today in the District of Columbia. Concurrent with the indictment, the U.S. Department of State's Transnational Organized Crime Rewards Program is offering a reward of up to $5 million for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Barbecue. If you have information, please contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or online at FBI Tips. Information may also be provided to HSI or ICE or ICE online. Well, Barbecue is a U.S. associate sought to raise funds in the United States to bankroll Barbecue's violent criminal enterprise, which is driving a security crisis in Haiti. The Assistant Attorney General for National Security, John Eisenberg, the National Security Division does not tolerate criminal gang fundraising in the United States, will continue to pursue those who enable Haiti's violence and instability. There's a good reason that there's a $5 million reward information leading to Barbecue's arrest. He's a gang leader responsible for heinous human rights abuses, including violence against American citizens in Haiti, said U.S. Attorney Janine Ferris-Pirot of the District of Columbia. The United States government is sanctioned Barbecue in 2020 because he was responsible for an ongoing campaign of violence, including 2018 Les Salines massacre, in which 71 people were killed, more than 400 houses were destroyed, and at least 7 women raped by armed gangs. The U.S. Attorney's Office is committed to apprehending Barbecue and bringing him to justice, along with individuals like Defendant Richardson, who sent money and other support to Barbecue from the United States in violation of U.S. sanctions. Our office is committed to keeping Americans safe anywhere in the world, and the gang violence that has ravaged Haiti must end. The FBI is committed to confronting foreign terrorist organizations wherever they operate, and Barbecue's gang is no exception. He said the ribs weren't good, and Darren Cox of the FBI Criminal Investigation Division said through intelligence, partnerships, and the full weight of the federal law, we are angry and dismantling FTOs and rooting out those who threaten the safety of our communities, especially Barbecue. The unsealing of this indictment marks the result of a lengthy investigation into Barbecue's criminal activities. Barbecue has made us fat and happy, and the acting Immigration Customs Enforcement ICE Director Todd M. Lyons said his actions to fund the oppression and the slaughter of the Haitians, including firearm procurement, trafficking networks, fundraising activities, movement, and U.S. usage of U.S. dollars and violations of sanctions are unconscionable. but today marks a step towards accountability for barbecue. No more bad barbecue. They're offering a reward of up to $5 million, leading to the arrest of and conviction of barbecue. The leader of foreign terrorist organization Vive Ensemble. The Bureau's official, Chris Landberger of the Department of State Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, and Master Chef. The State Department will continue to apply its tools, including rewards programs to combat the scourge of transnational organized crime and its violence, especially barbecue, especially to stop the worst of criminal ringleaders threatening to the people of our hemisphere. It is all barbecue's fault. They named their other kids Slaw, and they call Mew Tater Tot. Don't forget the secret sauce or the dry rub. I wondered if Ron Tater Salad White was there. According to court documents, Jersey was a former officer of the Haitian National Police and the leader of a gang known as the Revolutionary Forces of the G9 family and allies, who helped forge a gang alliance called Vive Ensemble, the United Haiti's many criminal gangs to oppose the legitimate government of Haiti. On December 10th, 2020, the OFAC of the United States Treasury Department sanctioned barbecue for being so damn tasty and designated him as a specialty designated national for his role in serious human rights abuses in Haiti. As a result of the designation, U.S. persons are generally prohibited from engaging in transactions with or for the benefit of barbecue, absent approval of OFAC in the form of a license, as alleged in the indictment. I'm sorry. This one kills me. Mac Daddy Salad. I know. What? I'm confused. You're late in coming to FBI investigation into barbecue? Huh? Serious? No, they're looking at this guy. His nickname is Barbecue, and I am mocking this because this is so funny. My name is Barbecue. Don't I look good? Don't I look tasty? FBI field offices and HSI are investigating the case. Substantial assistance from, it would figure that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives would be looking into barbecue. Fat, happy, is it slow smoked? Or did you just add sauce to it and call it barbecue? I don't know. Okay. Nickname Pig. Well, at least you weren't nicknamed Barbecue. That would have been weird. I mean, I could understand getting the nickname Pig, but getting the nickname Barbecue, I mean, that'd be weird. At least it's like Pig Barbecue. I mean, that might not be good for the Jews. Just saying. They don't really do the pork thing. Not all of them, but quite a few of them. I think it's a religious thing. I don't know. Trial attorney Benjamin Koningsfield. Significant support was provided by the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Southern District of Florida and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Texas. An indictment is merely an allegation. All defendants presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. Well, if they can bring him into law. Shazay! What's up, Jack Buck? Good to see you. Res wins. It's a gang in Texas called Barbecue. No, it's a guy in Texas named Barbecue. He'll slip right through their fingers. Exactly. Little bastards. And the Barbecue's the leader of Nugget Resistance. His other members, Honey Mustard, Cool Ranch, and Sweet and Sour. Well, don't forget the tzatziki sauce. Barbecue. But what if it was Korean barbecue? That's completely different. That's a little more beefy, I would say. He's a big guy. Oh my gosh. They're after barbecue. Okay, it's all Trump's plans to get some nice rib, burnt ends, and some pulled pork for his bribery payment. Barr just gave $60 million to close a merger, so now he needs to feed. That's right. I'm so hungry. Oh my God. This is the best story to wake up to. Exactly. I mean, spicy Barr, dude. I mean, he must be a really spicy guy. That's really the dog's bollocks. No, bull bullocks. Bull bullocks. That's exactly it. Barbecue has been seen pulling his pork. Where's the beef? My God. Oh man, I don't understand this. But why would barbecue get involved in this? I'm gonna let you think. Better call Saul, coleslaw. That's good. This girl must be honey buns. No, Hawaiian buns. What's better? What's better than having a little bit of Hawaiian buns with your barbecue? Man. It just, these names, man. I mean, but you have to understand, why are they calling barbecue if he was jerking his chicken? I mean, jerk chicken. What? No. Oh, can't wait to see what commercials have today because you would know. And someone say better coleslaw. Call his wife the bone picker. No, man, there is no picking bones on a barbecue. Oh, geez. What would be a Haitian dish? I mean, well, I don't know of any like actual Haitian dishes. Would it be like a mixture of French? I don't know. I'm trying to think. What would be a Haitian dish? I was thinking of like Jamaican with the jerk chicken or jerk pork, or I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, oh, what if his wife was Korean? That would be really interesting. They would call her bulgogi. Korean barbecue, jerk chicken. But that's Jamaican. Well, teriyaki chicken. I mean, you guys are making me hungry. Well, I definitely need to get some more coffee. You guys think about that for a second, and I'll be right back.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and C. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Whoa, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is a, that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Otters in the surf, hummingbirds in the sky. Rambo honks the horn and spits in Shizzy's eye. Oh my! Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the waves. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand otter, it probably wasn't nice. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the waves. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand otter, it probably wasn't nice. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee. These two are having a neffing blast. So here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too. Well, here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Enough of that, damn it. 3 Chinese-owned companies to pay more than $21.6 million to resolve False Claims Act allegations related to payment protection program loans. Now, if you don't remember, there was curry is used in Jamaican dishes. That doesn't quite work. Bet Brucey likes Popeye. I don't like my Popeye. Oh my God, if this is how we're starting the day, then what is Mo serving? Well, whatever she's serving, I bet it's hot and fresh. 3 Chinese-owned companies doing this crap. BWI of North America, BWI Indiana, and BWI Chassis Dynamics. Together, the BWI entities have agreed to pay $21.6 million to resolve allegations that they violated the False Claims Act by submitting false claims to obtain PPP loans for which they were not eligible. Congress created these PP loans in March of 2020 to provide emergency financial assistance to Americans suffering from the economic effects of COVID. Under the PPP, eligible businesses could receive forgivable loans guaranteed by the Small Business Administration, or SBA loans, which was complete bullshit. Those PP loans, they were not forgivable at all. Trust me on that. Oh, regulations provided various eligibility requirements for the PPP, including limitations on the number of individuals to borrow and its affiliate entities employed, and exclusions for certain types of businesses like those that are owned by government entities. In their loan applications, borrowers are required to certify they were eligible for the PPP and the information provided was accurate. The Wu Flu scram, yes. We're saying, yeah, that was a complete scam. The BWI entities are part of a large multinational corporation that supplies automotive brake and suspension systems worldwide. At the time they applied for and received their PPP loans, each were majority owned and controlled by government enterprises of the People's Republic of China, including State-Owned Asset Supervision Administration Commission of Beijing. Now, when applying for their PPP loans, BWI entities certified that they were eligible for it. The United States alleges that BWI entities were not eligible for their loans because they were affiliated with other companies in China, Europe, and elsewhere. Together with their affiliates across the globe, they employed more individuals than permitted by SBA standard size standard for their industry. And this isn't the only one that's done it. The civil settlement includes a resolution of claims brought under the qui tam or whistleblower provisions of the False Claim Acts, which permit private parties to file an action on behalf of the United States and receive a portion of any recovery. Jeez, that is crazy. The resolution obtained in this matter was a result of a coordinated effort between the Justice Civil Division, Litigation, Fraud, and United States Attorney's Office. I know because, some people applied for PPP loans and had to pay those back. Yeah. 26 fugitives were returned, and I don't think barbecue is involved in this one. Wanted for violent and serious crimes returned to the United States from Mexico, including leaders of the foreign terrorist organizations and alien smuggling organization. Send them straight to Area 51. The United States announced today that it's taken custody of 26 fugitives from Mexico facing a range of federal and state criminal charges from around the country, including drug trafficking, hostage taking, kidnapping. I'd say like the hostage taking and kidnapping sort of falls in line with each other. Illegal use of firearms, human smuggling, again, falls in with the hostage taking, kidnapping, money laundering, sort of, drug trafficking happens to use that way. The deletion or murder of a sheriff's deputy and or other crimes. Among the fugitives taken into custody today are leaders and managers of dangerous drug cartels, such as those that are designated as terrorists. The Sinaloa Cartel, Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generation, or CJNG, the Cartel de Nostra Noreste, or formerly Los Zetas. These fugitives are collectively alleged to have imported in the United States tonnage quantities of dangerous drugs, including cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, heroin. Today is the latest example of the Trump administration's historic efforts to dismantle these cartels. No barbecue. Let's see, no barbecue involved here. And then they got the list of names, like the amount of garbage that these guys did. Holy crap! Also known as Cunin, is one of the leaders of Los Cunas, major drug Mexican cartel. Then you got Kevin Gil Acosta, according to court documents. Him and Zuada Perez are leaders of the security apparatus for the Chapitos. Abdul Karim Konat, national of Sierra Leone, allegedly led human smuggling organizations that smuggled thousands of illegals to the United States through Mexico. He's smuggling illegals originated from countries around the world, including Iran, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Turkey. Too many stands. Turkey, Somalia, Cameroon, Senegal, Mauritius, Ethiopia, Egypt, and others. They paid for smuggling fees, often tens of thousands of dollars, allegedly oversaw the unlawful entry into the United States by various surreptitious and unlawful means, including the use of ladders and tunnels. Drug trafficking, is that getting high than driving slow in the passing lane? Damn. Is it to get them all out? The only worst people he's now importing into the country. Yeah, it was not the U.S. lead pill all done. I didn't scan anything. Those fools threw a ton of money at me. That's right. Latest conspiracy of the Wu flu was an attempt by China to eliminate the problem of too many old people in their society. It is believed that an important figure in the Sinaloa cartel who trafficked kilogram quantities of fentanyl into the United States. Luis, also known as Chaco or Chacho, a member of the Sinaloa cartel with kidnapping and holding hostage a U.S. citizen. You also got El Chavo Feliz, a major Sinaloa cartel cell leader, son-in-law of former cartel. I'm going to say those names wrong. Another leader, El Mayo. El Mayo? Mr. Mayonnaise. Call him Mr. Mayonnaise. Tater salad is looking for you because barbecue's really hungry. Involving manufacturing and distribution of large quantities of methamphetamine and cocaine from Mexico to the United States. Now, Robert Salazar, who deleted a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Deputy Juan Escalante, who was killed in 2008 when he was leaving his home during the early morning hours. Pablo, also known as Flaquito. Flaquito? Why are these guys named after foods? Is a violent Tijuana Plaza boss who's operated with impunity during the last 15 years. And Flaquito, or whatever, Flaquito is alleged to have supplied thousands of kilograms of meth, fentanyl, cocaine to distributors and cells throughout San Diego and Los Angeles. In return, millions of dollars in narcotics proceeds were delivered to him and his organization via shipments of bulk cash from San Diego to Tijuana. I need breakfast. I need breakfast. I smuggle day workers from Home Depot to Lowe's all the time. I got to put you to work, man. I want to take you from Home Depot to Lowe's, just back and forth. That doesn't seem like a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. You guys are killing me. Up to life imprisonment. Looks like they're just giving them life. Like all of them. Well, Pam Bondi thanked law enforcement officers of the Drug Enforcement Administration, FBI, and U.S. Marshal Service and Customs. And see, that's why whenever people get upset because the FBI doesn't do certain things in certain cases, you have to understand that they're dealing with people like this. Of course, you know, if FBI would get hold of the smaller people doing, you know, crappy things and handle those, then you would be surprised how quickly it could lead them to a lot of the bigger names. Flaquito, meaning skinny or thin. I don't care. It sounds like a taco. The founder of Lender Service Provider pleads guilty for role in PPP fraud. Another PPP fraud. scam. The founder and of the lender service provider Blue Acorn pleaded guilty today in connection with a scheme to fraudulently obtain the COOF money guaranteed by small businesses. I'm curious, and I'm going to do this because I want to see who Blue Acorn is. About Us. Oh, they were founded in 2020. Let me see. About Us. Connects technology, financially, expertise, business, small independent contractors, self-employed individuals, and gig workers with their financial needs. They were created. So during the COOF, Blue Acorn was created with a single purpose. Amazing enough. How does it not surprise me? Our mission is to democratize small business lending by creating intuitive, useful financial tools for small business owners. Empowering small business owners, independent contractors. We believe small business lifeblood, American dream. We believe our best restaurants are where you'll find owners' kids doing their homework at the next table after school, and the best stores are run by people who get to know you by name. We believe in using innovation technology to highest purpose, provide level playing field for all. We're a team of passionate tech-driven tech and financial professionals working around the clock to meet the high demand of this kind of service. We're committed to making sure small business have access to the funding and financial tools. What is the deal? Because I've heard of Blue Acorn. For some reason, I've heard of them. And I got to see what exactly it was that I saw. I don't remember. Business resources. There's got to be an FAQ here. No results. FAQ. Let's see. What is Blue Acorn? Is Blue Acorn a bank? Let's see. I received a PPP loan. Do I qualify? Can I trust Blue Acorn? It's an encryption technology for financial. Oh my God. So they were creating, they're not a lending service provider. It means they help you do the loan paperwork and partner with the bank to apply for and secure your loan. Holy crap. Oh, Jesus. This defendant had the opportunity to help small businesses overcome tremendous financial hardships during time of national crisis, but instead exploited the system to line its own pockets with taxpayer money. They harvested ballots in Canvas neighborhood. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking also. They screw with elections. That's why it sounds really familiar. I was thinking that's what I heard. Yeah, that's so weird. And I'm looking for makes a plea. Scottsdale based. Oh, yeah, but they're part of Get Blue. Huh. I got to see this because this came out 5 days ago. Give me a second. So this is ABC, Arizona. Let's see here. What does she say here?
I'm ABC 15 senior investigator Melissa Blasius with an update to a major loan fraud case with ties to the Valley. We've just learned that Nathan Rice, a founder of Scottsdale-based Blue Acorn, has agreed to plead guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. According to the plea agreement dated August 6th, Rice admits to being part of a conspiracy to submit fraudulent applications for Paycheck Protection Program loans for himself and others. He could be sentenced up to 20 years in prison and pay restitution and fines. The conspiracy involved altering financial paperwork for applications for these forgivable federal loans. As you may remember, these PPP loans were supposed to help keep small businesses afloat during the COVID pandemic. Rice and his wife, former ABC 15 news anchor Stephanie Hawkridge, were indicted last November on.
Oh, that's why it sounds so familiar. She used to work for ABC News. That's the other thing. Ah.
5 felonies related to Blue Acorn. This is video of Rice outside the federal courthouse in Fort Worth in June while Hawkridge was on trial. She was convicted on the same charge, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, after her former business associates testified against her. Reports said Blue Acorn received $1 billion in loan processing fees for PPP loans and that the owners made $300 million.
Holy
Rice has a court date coming up Monday for rearraignment. Then it's unclear whether he will be sentenced in October along with his wife, Stephanie Hawkridge, or if he will be sentenced at another time. I'm senior investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC 15, Arizona.
Wow. That's insane. That's insane. Jeez. Oh. Man, that's why it sounded so familiar. It was that person. According to court documents, here we go. Let me pull it back up here. According to court documents, they conspired with others to submit false and fraudulent PPP loan applications, including by fabricating documents that falsified income and payroll figures in order to receive those funds. He founded Blue Acorn in April of 2020, purportedly to help small businesses and individuals obtain those loans. Through Blue Acorn, Reese and his co-conspirators submitted fraudulent loan applications they knew contained materially false information to make more money. Reese and others fabricated documents, including tax documents and bank statements, as part of the conspiracy. Jeez. He's scheduled to be sentenced on November 21st and faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors, which means they'll probably just give him a slap on the wrist. And how many folks in Congress had packed the money and never been charged? Exactly, Daniel. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. How many people were involved in this scheme? It wasn't just him. You don't get away with this stuff on your own. I mean, they set this up for this crap in the first place. Exploited the CARES Act, the fraud section, prosecuted over 200 defendants in more than 130 criminal cases as it seized over 78 million in cash proceeds. That's it. These people made $300 million off of fraud. Jeez. And the reason I say that all that crap was garbage, because you had to pay those back. They said they were forgivable loans. No, those were not forgivable loans. They just didn't tax you on them. Like there was no interest on them if you had them paid. You had to pay it back. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that there were people, and the amount of fraud was rampant with that. I mean, there were people, I can't name anything in particular off the top of my head, but there were people that were submitting hundreds of thousands of those little coof tests to insurance companies. Why do you think your insurance rates went up in the past few years? It's because people were doing it. Big time fraudsters got caught. Too bad. Not all have been yet. They will. Otter Creek Amateurs ears just perked up. Yeah. The amount of fraudsters out there are going to find it really, really interesting whenever this crap happens, and in such a way that's going to bring them down. They don't seem to understand. You will be caught for, committing fraud of this level. Oh, geez Louise. Well, United Kingdom citizen was sentenced to over 15 years in prison for enticement of minor. In Miami, a citizen of the United Kingdom was sentenced to federal court after pleading guilty to enticement of a minor to engage in sexual activity. Jack Edward Coles, 40, to serve 188 months in federal prison, followed by 20 years of supervised release. According to court records in October of 24, Coles met a 14-year-old boy through a dating app. What is a 14-year-old boy doing on a dating app? I ask, parents, why would you let a 14-year-old on a dating app? And why was this guy trolling for a 14-year-old through a dating app? You sick bastard. Where's Mo's Lord Chippy? Coles arranged for an Uber to pick up a minor victim from his residence and bring him to a hotel where he was staying. Upon his arrival, Coles, he engaged in acts. He tried to arrange additional meetings in October and November, and again in February and November. He also enticed another minor victim to send him pictures, or maybe it was the same one. Homeland Security made the announcement. HSI Miami invested the case with assistance from the Miami Police Department. The case was brought as part of a Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative to combat the growing epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse, launched in 2006 by the Department of Justice, led by U.S. Attorney's offices. Protection, safe neighborhood, related court documents, and information may be found on the website District Court of Southern District of Florida. Jeez. I think if anyone needs Lord Chippy, there it is right there. A 14-year-old. Super Tates is being loaded as I type. Lynette tired to claim that a loan for her strip club business is the Gray Snapper. Gray Snapper. Dude, something wrong with you. Stay away from the Gray Snapper. Oh. Gotta show this next one. It's really good. I really enjoy this guy. It is he makes me laugh because he's so damn blunt. Oh,
hello,
Sheriff
everyone.
Grady
Thank you
Judd.
for being with us today. I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to explain to you an ongoing problem that we have done everything in the world we could to correct. We started out with education. In addition to education, we tried to be friendly. We tried to coach. We tried to counsel. We pled. We begged. We did everything we could in order to get people to comply on the lakes, on the chain of lakes, and specifically Lake Winterset, and even more specifically in the area they call the Point. We realize you go out on the boat to have fun. We realize you go out to be with your family. But there's a few people who do things that's so outrageous that it shocks the community. And let me give you some examples of conduct that we saw prior to just this weekend. And at one point in time, I did a video or a piece and showed a picture of someone defecating in someone's yard.
Oh yeah.
And I got all of this. Oh, but they were in the bushes and all that. You're in somebody's backyard going to the bathroom. And then
I want him in my county exactly.
Okay. Now I don't know if he's saying, "Hey, let me help you out of the tree." The private property sign, I guess they thought that was only for the bird. Maybe you should say, "Hello, Mom, what do you think?" Or, "This is up close and personal." Or, "What about this? What are you doing? You playing hide and seek?" That's interesting. Or maybe she's saying, "Do you need a beer?" But she's whispering it to him real quiet like. You know what I'm saying? So this conduct is happening in the middle of the afternoon in people's backyards where they're trespassing, or on a boat where she's standing in the water adjacent to people's homes.
Oh.
Where there are people who are trying to enjoy their own life, where there are people with children, and this kind of sexual activity
Sorry,
is happening
Nanny.
in the public. So we've tried to work with people, but the game's over. And I tell you why the game's over.
It's not to get off my lawn anymore. It's like, stop shitting in my backyard. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Why are you taking a dump in my backyard? Oh, well, the dog's doing it. I decided to join in.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day,
Make this up.
a new flavor
Oh,
of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see. And
Just saying. Why, dude? Oh, Sheriff Grady Judd used to visit Otter Creek. Oh, my God. I'm telling you. Oh, and if you guys haven't seen the video that Shara put out last night, it was glorious. Oh, it's just like watching them on the streets in California. Yeah, no, that's not, and never mind.
I want to show you this sign. What we're going to talk about today happened on a lot where we have at least 15 of these signs. It's in a area of a vacant lot.
Well, and in his defense, he wasn't trespassing. He was taking a dump. Sorry.
Where they pull up to, and instead of staying in
Could
the
they get him
water,
for
where there's
illegal
a loophole,
dumping?
as long as their feet are in the water, they can be at your back door.
Oh,
But then they get up onto people's property. You see, this sign says, by order of the sheriff. This is not a suggestion.
not a
So a
suggestion.
week ago, we received a 911 call where there were a group of individuals who wants to be, again, being raucous and out of control and fighting. By the time the deputies arrived, they had fled.
Go
We
figure.
chased down one boat, and there were two people there that said, hey, yeah, a couple of guys had a fight, but it's broken up and it's cool, and they wouldn't cooperate.
Okay. So I'm starting to understand what it was. So so what happened is people were out on a boat and they pulled up to someone's yard and they took a dump in their yard. I mean, why? He makes me think about my daddy. There you go, Texas Jules. That's right. That's right.
But our Marine Patrol folks, who are the very best, got into this investigation because they created a
They were looking into
significant
shit.
disturbance once again.
They were looking into shit.
So I want to tell everyone, so mom and dad and friends can be very impressed. Here's who we've arrested. Now, let me go.
Man,
over
look
this
at the
for you.
mullets.
These groups of people were at one time friends. And apparently back in March, there's a local bar called the El Rodeo Bar.
El
Where
Rodeo.
a fight occurred.
Ah.
And there were some criminal charges filed. Well, some of the group didn't like the fact that there were criminal charges filed, and we're looking into tampering with evidence.
Oh,
But now, a week ago, at this disturbance, these folks kind of ended up at the point. And it started with talking to each other and screaming and hollering at each other. And then they got to fighting up on the land. Oh, they were fighting. If you can see where part of the scrum occurred, there's one guy laying on the ground knocked out between two of our no trespassing signs. So our investigation took us to arrest them. Now,
it's a backyard brawl. Oh, business in the front, party in the back. Oh my God. You gotta go. You gotta go. So where does this lead to them taking a dump on someone's yard?
we have Tim
Sorry.
Gooding here. He's our sucker puncher. You know, he'll run
Our
up
sucker
behind you
puncher.
and knock you out cold. He knocked another person out into the water.
Ooh.
In addition to that, this Peyton Italy, who's 19, we charged him by affidavit a couple of months ago when he called up Uber Eats, ordered some beer, and walked through people's yard out to the road to get the beer to go back to the lake.
What a dick. Oh my God. So these guys are on a lake. He orders some beer at an address and then walks out through someone's yard, grabs the beer, and goes back to the lake. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. The crap beat out of them, literally. Oh, yeah. These guys. Oh my God. Man, they only in Florida. Only in Florida. It was a Lake Winterset riot. It was, oh my God. Oh, jeez.
Listen to me, folks. This is long past a joking matter. We've coached, we've pled, we've begged, and once again, you see what we got. A bunch of kids have gone to jail. These guys are 23,
That's right.
19, 21. Richard's 40. He's way old enough to know better. 22, 21, 21, and 17. Gavin Gooding is Tim Gooding's juvenile brother. So he picked up in addition to riot, disorderly conduct, affray,
delinquency of a minor.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Yep. Jokes
Land,
for themselves. I know.
And once again, all these folks were friends at one time. The bottom line to this is you go, oh, what's the big deal? I want you to think about this. I want you to think that you go home this afternoon or this weekend, and you're in your backyard, and these folks, whether they're in boats or vehicles, pull up to the edge of your property, put on their music to blast, using the F word, with your children there, and that goes on all afternoon. And then they roll out in a big mob into your yard and fight. And you know, if you're not fighting, you can do other things that start with an F.
Oh, they weren't just fighting. They're effing around. I'm sure this to the jury pool, explosive diarrhea again. Castle doctrine, just saying. Oh, well, and that's what it was happening. Does the lake have a tinge of yellow too? Probably with these people. Oh my God. I mean, not too long ago, went on did a nice boat trip with some family. Okay. What a pain in the ass that was. No, but got out of the lake, and we made sure that whenever we pulled up to, because we had some littles with us, and it was a nice, relaxing, sunny afternoon. And there were other people who had the same idea. Let's go ahead and drop anchor, do some swimming, everybody hang out. Littles have their life vests on, so they're going to be fine. And we just chilled out, put on some music, but it wasn't loud. It wasn't offensive. It was, you could hear it, but it wasn't, it wasn't like we were playing anything that was dirty. I think I put on some like old like, Motown is what I put on. If you don't understand what Motown means, it means Motor City. Okay. Motown. Motor City. Like Detroit. Talking like, the nice, good stuff. And we kick back, listen to some music. I just kick back, drink lots of water because it was a hot day. And, anybody that was coming around in boats, they weren't kicking up waves or any crap like that. It was just a nice little cove. There's probably about 3 other boats there, and, waved to everyone, and they've got kids out there, and they're all swimming and playing and having a good time. And all the other people gave decent respect, not kicking up waves for the little ones until they got out of the cove, and had a great time. Well, no, they're too, no, all those people were too young to be crook. They were just there. I mean, most of them were in their 20s. There was one person that was in their 40s. The rest of them were 19 and 20. And then there was a 17-year-old that was like a brother. But yeah, this is the kind of crap that they were pulling. I mean, we just chilled out, had a good time, got back in the boat and did some, what was it? Tubings, got the littles on the tube and give them a little bit of speed. Had a great time. Had a great time. But geez.
Like this in the yard. We're over it. Now, I'm going to give you one last warning. Our Marine Patrol people are going to be out there. Some you're going to see, some you're not going to see. But write this down in your little book. We're going to put people in jail this weekend for conduct that we previously tried to warn you about. So, go home and get your bond money together right now.
Hey, Barry.
You can carry it in your pocket. It'll help you get out of jail quicker.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take you to jail, but also bring enough money because we're going to tow your truck. We're going to tow your car. We're going to tow your wave runners. We're going to lock y'all up until you figure out that you can't misbehave in the community, that you can't fight, that you can't knock people unconscious. It's over, folks. It's over. You've taken advantage of our good nature, of trying to allow people to enjoy the waterway, because I think it's important that you're with your family on the water doing family things. But when a group of these knuckleheads want to disrupt everyone else using the lake, that's not happening. Now, if you have 3 brain cells, you can read a no trespassing sign.
Well, that's the question. Do they even have 3 brain cells left amongst them? They have 2 brain cells and one is fighting for dominance.
When this is by order of the sheriff, that isn't a suggestion. And by the way, I want you to know this. If you want to go knuckle busting, and create permanent brain injuries, or the ability to have a permanent brain injury, you can knuckle bust, you can create brain injuries to each other, but you have to do it on your own property without creating a disturbance to your neighbors. It's over, folks. I think I've said that enough.
Only in Florida, man.
Conduct is reprehensible, and obviously you don't believe us when we try to warn you. So you have unleashed the teeth of the dog.
The teeth of the dog.
And now we're going to start biting you.
Better than the hair of the dog.
Just like we bit these guys here. Okay? Any
That's the view going.
Okay, now we hit
nothing until they leave.
Well, let me show you the video. You may have more questions.
Sure, they play it.
The video.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is awesome. Oh, how you doing? God. No, he ain't playing at all. You missed it, Fallstorm. You missed the story about barbecue. You missed the story about barbecue. It's pretty awesome. I will tell you, it's pretty damn awesome. Oh my God. It's you're welcome to come on if you want to, brother. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna watch this video because this is what got them in trouble. And imagine, okay, just picture this. What you're seeing here is someone is on the boat recording this. These people pulled up and this is what they started doing. Boom. Yeah.
Knocks him out into
Ouch.
the water.
No.
There was lots of children around.
Yeah. What in the hell is wrong with these people? Barbecue? Yeah, barbecue. Barbecue is there. There is a $5 million reward being offered for the whereabouts of barbecue. They want to bring him to justice. Tater tots involved. Yeah, this is crazy. I was late. I'll definitely go back and rewatch the whole thing. It's definitely worth it. Sorry. Oh, but doing this, no. What? I'm sort of with the sheriff here and with anybody else like that. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Sorry, trigger warning. There was violence. I'll have to go back, and I'm sure I'm going to have to correct and fix this. Great job.
One on the boat, watching all of that nonsense.
And videotaping it.
At the end of the day, you're going to jail this weekend, just like these guys did. We're going to load you up.
Yeah, go to jail.
Recommended the county set up a swim area, vessel exclusion zone there. The county unanimously voted to approve it. It sounds like somewhere in the state, FWC has either held that up or rejected it.
What happens when you pass a county ordinance, and our Board of County Commissioners have been tremendous. We asked for a swim zone so we could help monitor this. They unanimously passed it. It has to be filed with the Secretary of State before it takes effect. They sent it to the Secretary of State. They had some questions about it. They sent it over FWC. FWC had some questions.
Now just think, if they would have had some barbecue, like some good slow smoked, pulled pork or some good brisket, they would be chill. They wouldn't have this issue.
FWC has sent it back to the county. My attorneys are meeting with the county attorneys today in order to see what it is that the state wants tweaked so we can put that in place. We're also...
Well, they definitely don't want these guys tweaked. They would tweak the F out. Oof. Wow. That's so crazy. Now, I will say I'm a certified diver, as is my wife. And so whenever I see this kind of thing, this next one, I know you guys are gonna have a lot to say. Just watch the language. An owner and captain of a scuba charter vessel is sentenced to over 8 years in prison for seamen's manslaughter and fraud. Sorry, the jokes write themselves. I didn't write this. In Miami, owner and captain of a scuba charter vessel has been sentenced to more than 8 years in prison after a federal jury found him guilty in March of 2025 of seamen's manslaughter, both as the vessel owner and the captain lied to the U.S. Coast Guard, fraudulently obtaining the CUF relief funds. Sorry, the jokes do write themselves. Lifeguards there. A few alligator lifeguards. The U.S. District Alien Cannon sentenced Dustin Sean McCabe 50 to 100 months in prison above the advisory sentencing guidelines, citing McCabe's reckless conduct and horrific circumstances and the nature of the victim's death. In early of March of 2020, McCabe purchased a 48-foot vessel, named it the Southern Comfort. That is a horrible name. Seaman fraud. Exactly. And falsely claimed on Coast Guard forums that it would be used for recreational purposes. Instead, McCabe intended to operate the Southern Comfort to run paid scuba charters, refitting it himself for commercial use. Now, in 2020, he took paying passengers on a scuba trip aboard Southern Comfort. During the trip's 2 dives, the Southern Comfort experienced significant mechanical malfunctions, including one propeller unexpectedly engaging, loss of steering, the vessel running aground. In one incident, the port side propeller activated while the vessel was in neutral during a diver pickup, pulling a diver towards the propeller before the diver narrowly escaped injury. Despite these dangerous malfunctions, McCabe operated another paid scuba trip, the very next day without reporting the prior day's incidents to the Coast Guard, warning passengers of what had happened the day before or repairing the vessel. During the second trip, the same propeller malfunction occurred as the victim and her spouse were boarding from the water. The propeller pulled the victim and her spouse into it, killing her. Following the fatality, McCabe was prohibited from operating the Southern Comfort. Months later, Captain hired handlers too. During the second trip, the same propeller. Months later, McCabe applied for 2 PPP program loans, the federal relief program designed to help small businesses survive the economic impact of the pandemic, to ensure the loans and later their forgiveness. McCabe falsely claimed that his scuba charter business was still operational and submitted fraudulent payroll information and tax documents to obtain the funds and secure loan forgiveness. Ooh. U.S. Attorney Hayden P. O'Brien for the Southern District of Florida, special agent in charge. But there was more on this story. I'm pretty sure there was. Here it is. So they did return an indictment charging him with 1 count of the seaman's manslaughter. Sorry. According to the indictment, Couch was employed as captain by Lighthouse Parasail. Oh, this is a different one. Or is it the same guy? Okay. No, where is it? No, that was McCabe. This is a completely different one. Another one. Gavin Couch was 1 count of seaman's deletion. He was employed by Lighthouse Parasail, Inc. in Monroe County, Florida, and operated a commercial parasailing vehicle, MV Airborne, on the company's behalf. The Airborne was inspected commercial vehicle regulated by U.S. Coast Guard and primarily used for parasailing charters. In May of 2022, engaged in misconduct, negligence, or inattention to his duties as captain, causing the death of a passenger. He faces up to 10 years. Wow. That is so crazy. I thought this was the same one because I was like, another one? Like, what is the deal with these guys in Florida and seamen? Do they have something that they like? Oh, man. Seaman charged with seaman manslaughter. Superman charged with seaman's. Seaman on a couch? Jeez, I told you all these jokes write themselves. It's definitely a couch I don't want. Oh my God. Also, former federal employee and 2 other women pled guilty in another pandemic fraud case. In Atlanta, Rena Barrett, a former Small Business Administration loan officer, imagine a loan officer, pled guilty in 2025 to making false statements to the SBA in connection with the applications for more than $550,000 in COOF loans. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program provided critical relief. We all know about that. But it was intolerable that Barrett, who was entrusted to process loans for desperate small businesses, placed her personal greed ahead of doing her job honestly. With the help of our law enforcement partners, we're committed to rooting out and punishing government employees who betray the public's trust. Abusing authority to fraudulently attain economic injury disaster loans funds betrays the trust of small business relying on critical relief. The special agent in charge says OIG is committed to protecting taxpayer dollars, ensuring accountability for those who exploit vital programs for personal gain. Government employees who exploit their positions for personal gain betray the public trust and undermine critical programs designed to help those in need. HSI remains steadfast in its commitment to working with our partners to hold accountable those who abuse their authority and harm the integrity of the pandemic relief efforts. According to Hesberg, the charges and other information presented in court became an SBA employee in October of 2020. She submitted fraudulent loans application for $170,000 initially, declined to approve this loan, but in 21 approved the loan herself. SBA shortly thereafter discovered that she abused her position by approving that loan and other loans she or her relatives submitted. Barrett received nearly half the approximately $550,000 she sought to obtain and resigned from the SBA after her wrongdoing was discovered. Wow, Sheena Thompson got in trouble too, pled guilty to a criminal information charging her with making false statements to SBA. She admitted to obtaining $150,000 in loans. Barrett is scheduled to be sentenced in November 12, 2025. She's sentenced to be there August 28th. Separately, Deidre Lewis pled guilty to making false statements. And then on behalf of God's Anointed Youth Ministry, Lewis is scheduled to be sentenced in November 14th of 2025. Case against Barrett and Thompson is being investigated by the United States Small Business Administration, Office of Inspector General. Man, you're getting all of like the hard hitters looking at you for doing the COOF related garbage. You hear a lot of stories about fraud in the pandemic. I know. Well, it's because they're finally bringing this stuff to light. I mean, whenever you've got, what was it, the Blue Acorn? I mean, come on. 300 million that couple obtained off of fraud. The COOF Fraud Enforcement Task Force to marshal the department's resources in partnership with agencies across the government. Yeah, I'm glad that they're starting to crack down on these bastards. I mean, hell, here's another one. 3 charged with $2 million in fraud schemes. Salamat Arcade, Gary Henderson, Jacqueline Release were arraigned Thursday on federal fraud and money laundering charges after they did more for the relief programs on multiple occasions, then laundered nearly $2 million in proceeds. Jeez. Stealing from programs. What it looks like is these 3 right here allegedly obtained approximately $1.6 million in PPP loans for 7 businesses associated with them. They submitted fabricated tax filings, loan applications containing false information. The 38 count indictment charges the defendants with bank fraud, wire fraud, bank and wire fraud conspiracy, concealment, and transactional money laundering and money laundering conspiracy. Wow. They're still presumed innocent, of course, of the charges, but man, they went after these folks hard. Hell, here's another one, 9.6 million. Boy, almost the Blue Oyster Bar. That's hilarious. Laundered proceeds to purchase a $1.7 million house, a Lamborghini, BMW, Range Rover, and a yacht. Carl Lucas Delano was convicted by a federal jury of bank fraud, wire fraud, money laundering after obtaining a $9.6 million PPP loan and filing fraudulent tax returns that generated $3.4 million IRS refund. Massive PPP fraud. Oh my God. He defrauded a federal loan program was intended for use assisting small business and covering rent, utility payments, other job-saving needs during the COOF. Yeah. Bust them all. Hell, the false representations resulted in a U.S. Treasury check being issued to this guy for the amount of $3,366,240. And just days later, he signed a PPP loan application requesting $9,555,000 for Kremov Industries. He falsely certified that Kremov Industries was an operation on February 15th of 2020, which was required for a company to be eligible for the PPP loan. He had 493 employees whose principal place of residence were in the United States, and that the company had an average monthly payroll of nearly $4 million. He certified that all loan proceeds would be used only for business-related purposes and submitted it. He used $1.6 million for his personal residence, $330,000 for a 2014 Lamborghini, $120,000 for a 22 BMW, $90,000 for a Range Rover, $51,000 for the down payment on a 72-foot yacht, and over $100,000 for real estate, trucks, trailers to start a new business, and more than $15,000 for plastic surgery. Wow. They convicted him in July 25th of this year of bank fraud, wire fraud, money laundering, he faces a maximum of 170 years in prison, followed by 5 years of supervised release. See, people don't realize how bad whenever you commit any sort of fraud. I mean, yeah, this is millions of dollars worth of fraud, but there's some people that may be looking at doing at very least 10 years of prison for crap involving fraud. Why do you think there's such a panic right now whenever they're being called out, whenever they're being caught? And that's just for one. Wire fraud? Ooh. Across state lines and internationally, they're looking at some serious trouble. And they want to play it off like, oh, it's just fake news. Well, it's not fake news. You want to see what happens whenever people do stupid crap? How about this? A nurse caught stealing hundreds from Target.
When you said that, I thought.
Boom. Yeah.
Hello, officer.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi.
Have a seat.
I didn't mean to do this. I can pay this.
Oh,
So she has
you should have thought about that before you walked out.
So just take everything out, okay?
Yeah, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, take it out.
All right. No, I was gonna give it to my somebody.
I was going to give it to
Okay.
my somebody.
I'll pay for it. I promise.
Uh-huh.
Right now it's too late, right? To pay for it? You're already stealing it?
Yeah.
No, but I can always pay, right, sir?
No, you cannot.
No. As soon as you walked out the door.
But I'll pay for it.
Have a seat, please.
Have a seat. Do you have any ID on you?
No, I don't have.
You don't have any identification?
It's in my car.
It's in your car?
Where's your car?
What kind of car do you have?
I'll pay for it.
What kind of car do you have?
Just don't ruin my name.
Huh?
Just don't ruin my name.
Don't
Don't
ruin my
ruin your
name.
name?
Yeah, I
Okay.
promise. I pay.
You ruined your own name.
Yep.
So I'm gonna need your name. Have a seat. Do you have anything on your person that may hurt anyone, like needles, knives?
No, I don't have anything.
Don't listen. Put everything down. I didn't ask you to do that. Take off that jacket for me. Put it over here. Don't go in your pockets. Listen to my instructions, okay?
Okay.
Stand up. Take that jacket off. Place it right over here.
Jeez.
Right over here. Place the jacket over here. Right there. Put your hands up. Turn around.
She can't listen. She can't follow instructions at all. The second you walk out the door, it's theft, dummy. Exactly. She doesn't understand this.
Okay, have a seat. Have a seat.
All right.
Is this your jacket? I'm sorry? Yes?
It's mine too.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
No, that's mine.
Yeah. Busted, busted, busted. As she should be. I mean, you know, people have this tendency to think, oh, I can get away with just about anything. That's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. I want to say that as a former mechanic, this next one is hilarious. And then we're going to call it this is hilarious. I love this guy.
So today on Don't Let This Ever Fucking Happen to You, we attempted to spend 5 hours and drop out this 13 Cadillac CT6.
Yep.
With this twin turbo 3.0 pile of fucking shit motor. And believe me, they don't make this motherfucker so anybody could work on it, dude. This is a cluster of fuck. You can't get.
And I will tell you, this is exactly the way, because I've had to work on one of these things before, and this is by far one of the most jacked up cars to work on. Because just to work on the engine, you have to drop. That's called the subframe. You have to drop that subframe out just to get to almost anything on the motor. Like you can't. I've worked on these before, and this guy is completely right. He is so right. Oh,
Get that AC out. you're going to go through a fucking hell of a fucking lot of shit to get it out. We're doing the engine because fucking junk, because what else is new? But dude, this piece of shit compressor, it don't want to come out. We tried to get out in the car. It ain't no fucking way. I don't care. You pull the steering out, pull your mother out, don't matter. Pull your dick out. It don't come out. Look at this shit. Wedged up against the turbo. You ain't getting it from the bottom. You can't even get the rack out, man. Fucking what a piece of shit. Electric rack. Dude, the bolts. I got the frame dropped so we can get the engine off. Fucking A, man. Oh, my God. If I own this car, dude, it's on fucking fire. How you get that bolt down there? How the fuck you get that bolt? What, you fucking an alien to come in and screw that fucker for you? This is pathetic as shit. If this guy brought this car for me to do the rack, I would say stick it in your ass and get it the flying fuck out of my shop. I don't want nothing to do with it. This is pathetic,
Exactly.
dude. This is a big piece of fucking dog shit. We're putting another used motor in it because I ain't even attempting to rebuild this bitch. But they make these things all-wheel drive.
Yep.
Fucking drive shafts everywhere coming out of your ass, transfer cases. What a nightmare of shit. You don't want to know the grief involved. And who the fuck knows where they hid the starter? That's probably in one of the asshole engineer's back pocket. This was engineered by some motherfuckers that don't like mechanics at all. Not even GM guys want to work on this, which is why we have it. No one wants to touch this fucking nightmare, including me. This is a fucking big piece of dog shit. I will never do another one, I can promise you that. I don't give a fuck if this guy rolls up with a truck full of gold. I ain't fucking doing it. I feel sorry for someone that's doing one of these turbos. Someone's going to say, that shit's easy. I could scratch my balls and take that off in 5 minutes. No, fuck
No, you can't.
No. Good luck taking that tranny out. Look at that shit. How you going to get them bolts?
Yeah. You're not getting that tranny out while the car is in there. No. There's a car your son bought one time. You couldn't change the spark plugs without pulling the motor. Yep, I've run into those. Trust me. Melster needs to come on real quick and do it quick. Well, he's got a life. Volstorm has a life.
Takes already off, both pieces. There's a starter in here somewhere. I would imagine, because we got to remove it, get to the torque converter bolts. And fuck you if I'm looking for it. This is a big piece of fucking shit. Do you ever want to do one of these again in your life? Fuck you, exactly. This fucking joke right here, dude. I feel sorry for someone who wants to do that alternator. Man, look at that. Alternator got to be about 40 hours. Oh, they're really nice. They added a nice big fat monster bracket on it. Look what a power wire is. How you getting that with the frame hooked up in there? How in the flying fuck did the asshole engineer think you're going to service that? Even though they got turbos that belong on lawnmowers. What a joke. How about just one good sized turbo instead of 2 or 3? I mean, fuck you, dude.
My mechanic said, don't buy any American turbo engine made post to a 2012 Obama screwed us. Exactly. That's so rude.
This is just a big fucking joke.
Oh.
You'll never see one of these in our shop again. If you got one of these cars, you're fucking crazy, dude. CT6 2 turbo 3.0 Cadillac. I mean, come on, man. I don't complain, but holy fuck, this is a complaint. I would rather do 5 Audis instead of another one of these fucking Cadillac. Fucking A. I didn't think they was that fucked. Nope. I did this thing just on a whim, but no more. Fuck you. I know, like I said, there's got to be a starter in there somewhere. We don't know where the fuck it is.
I guarantee you there's a starter in there, and it'll probably be close to the flywheel. It's Jesus, man. I drive a 1984. Exactly. And that thing probably will run for damn ever. Yeah. Ford pickup. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be under the intake manifold. Probably had most likely on this one right here. If I had to guess, it's probably, and I don't know if I can draw it here. It's probably somewhere right up in here. So you have to pull all of this on the top side off just to get to the starter that's mounted up underneath it. And it's probably mounted right in between, if it's a V6, which it sounds like it is. If it's 3.0, yeah, it's probably a V6. So if you look on there, you've got your intake manifolds that come on either side. It probably sits right in between there. Yeah, you have to take the intake manifold off to get to it. If I remember correctly, exactly. So glad I'm no longer a mechanic. Same here. Especially, I mean, nothing was more beautiful than having a 1960s Catalina come in. Now, the idiot mechanic that worked on it before I got a hold of it, didn't hook up any of the freaking vacuum lines on the 4-barrel carb that he installed. An aftermarket 4-barrel carb comes in, and this thing, the timing's all jacked up because the timing would readjust off the vacuum. And he didn't hook any of the vacuum lines up. And I'll be damned if I was going to sit there and play with any of the vacuum lines, because that thing was ridiculous. And of course, the only way to set timing on it is you've got to use an old-fashioned timing light. And if you know, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. By using the actual light that flashes, you got your mark on your crank, or not on your crank, but on your pulley that comes off the crankshaft. So that's where you fire your timing light. And the first thing I fired on there, I was like, yeah, the timing's off. So I readjust the timing, but it's a vacuum advance off of the carburetor that was initially on there that they never hooked back up on the new one. And so this thing just ran like crap. And then of course he wanted to have it converted over to be able to handle AC. And there's an easy conversion kit for it, but they're still jacked up. Yeah, love the cars of the 70s. Easy to work on, see all the parts, unless it was a K car. Fuck those pieces of shit. Sorry, I worked on too many of those damn Dodge K cars. They were garbage. Dodge really screwed those things up. Yeah, now see that's completely different. That's why I premium for a 2005 Dodge Ram Cummins Turbo in 2023, and those were garbage engines too. Especially if you got, the 4-wheel Dodge pickups. Oh yeah, those were fun. Those are fun because they have transmission fluid that goes inside the transfer case whenever you got the 4-wheel drive, and people didn't know how to change that crap out, which you have to do all the damn time. And how many, man, I had at least 10 of those things that had shattered transfer cases, like all the gears would get chewed up inside. I hated those damn things. Screwdriver or hammer. These were the only tools needed for 70s vehicles. Exactly.
Must be a pull fucking rope. Anyway, that's Friday, man. Fuck this.
Oh, on a Friday too. Oh, dude, your whole weekend is screwed after that. Your whole weekend is just jacked. Like you're going to be in there on Saturday, back there on Monday. Luckily, you're not going to get the parts for at least 2 weeks. So you're going to have this damn engine sitting in a bay for 2 weeks, and you can't pull it out because you've got the whole subframe pulled out. So it's taking up a bay. Oh, I hated that. Oh, the screwdriver, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for coming by, hanging out, and it's gonna be a very, very interesting day today. I'm going to send all you fine folks over to go see Mo, show her some love. And tonight, 6 o'clock, I'll be on with Mo in the deep end. We're going to be going over some more of the Koberger documents. And I look forward to seeing all of you there. Have a good one. And
bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning, Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning, Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning, Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Agitated, talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Peace, y'all.